Hi everyone, just back in the man cave for a quick video today. I didn't know it was this Blackout Tuesday thing, and now it's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I didn't know anything about it, so I figure there's no point in starting now, but well done for all those, making their various different kinds of protests about what happened to George Floyd in America and standing up for ethnic minorities, all right? So well done to you. So look, I'm going to make this video. It's to do with the one I put up the other day, which was about racism in our theatre, in our acting world. Yep, dating right back to the Commedia dell'arte 600 years ago and on. And in fact, right back to ancient Rome. And indeed, even ancient Greece had some kind of, there's some evidence that there was a racist issues going on there as well. But anyway, this isn't about that so much. Somebody asked, in fact, 3 different people asked about masks. Why were the Commedia dell'arte actors always wearing masks, okay? So I'm just going to talk briefly about masks. It might be of interest to you. So yes, our theatre did begin very much in mask, dating right back to the tribal fire. Either those masks were painted on, okay, like in the Aboriginal culture of Australia, which is the oldest living culture in the world, dates back some figure, possibly as long as 100,000 years ago. But also in Asia and Africa and lots of different areas of the world used mask in their original theatre, which is kind of your tribal fire kind of idea, right? Where, the story of the hunt was told at the end of the day around the tribal fire, and it was a way of passing on information to future generations. It had an educational aspect to it, as well as an entertainment aspect to it, and as well, of course, as a cultural aspect as well, a kind of reaffirming of who we are, which is what theatre, to me, is actually all about, is reaffirming who we are and perhaps challenging who we are as well. I think that's the role of the theatre. I think it was in the tribal fire, and I think it certainly was in ancient Greece. It's a bit of a lost idea now, today, unfortunately. I've kind of been, I'm kind of hanging on to a bit of an antiquity in that idea, I think, but I think that's what it's all about, Anyway, I won't go off on that. But mask, yeah, okay, so we started with the tribal fire and different kinds of masks, okay? Then, in ancient Greece, along came this thing which we call the neutral mask, right? And the neutral mask was simply an idea of taking the face of the actor away in the Greek chorus, which was the large group of actors that were on the stage in the Greek theatre, yeah? And the reason for that, of course, is that our face is always expressive. No matter how hard we try, we're always expressive. Yeah, we can very rarely be mundane or neutral in our expression. Someone will, even if you try your hardest to, someone will still read something into it. They'll say, oh no, you look aggressive, or you look put out, or you look envious, or something. They'll be able to see some kind of expression in it, yeah? So the neutral mask was an attempt to take that away. The thing is, though, it's impossible, right? So the great mask makers of the world and of theatrical history have tried for generations to actually create the perfect neutral mask, but it's really, really difficult to do. It's almost like an ongoing quest. Pardon my sniffling. We've got another gorgeous day in Ireland, and the allergies, the pollen count out there is unbelievable. So I'm looking a little doped from antihistamines and a bit blocked up, so I do apologize. But yeah, so it's a really hard thing to create. The guy who makes my masks, those Commedia dell'arte masks that I showed you in the last video in the States, he makes neutral masks as well, okay, for the purpose of exploring the body. So we take away the face and we explore the body and how it works and how it expresses ideas, and how gesture and posture express information and knowledge, okay? So, yeah, so that's the idea of taking away the face, is so that we highlight the body, okay? With the audience's eye goes to the body. So the first thing, of course, today is if someone puts a neutral mask on, it's all very weird. And so we look at it and we kind of go, oh, wow, that's an interesting mask, right? But before too long, your eye stops looking at the mask and starts looking at the body, because all of the information, all of the meaning is coming from the body and not from the face, all right? But as I say, it's really, really difficult to create the neutral mask. So my mask maker in America, who makes mine for me, he doesn't try to make it completely neutral. He tries his best. So if you can imagine that the comic mask, or the mask of comedy in drama, is your big, right? And the tragic mask is the opposite, it's the, right? And if you did a slow burn from one through to the other, right, through there, the bit in the middle is supposed to be the neutral bit, but it's almost like trying to catch a fly by the leg as it flies by you or something. It's really, really minuscule. It's a minuscule moment that you're trying to kind of capture there. So mask makers do their best to capture that middle point between the comedic mask and the tragic mask, right? But my mask maker throws in other things, such as ethnicity, right? And also gender, yeah? So the neutral masks that I use with my students, okay, they have gender, all right? So there is your female Caucasian mask, right? And there is your male Caucasian mask, okay? So as you can see, there's a softer chin on the lady, a little bit of a more square jaw on the man, bigger nose on the guy, bigger mask, essentially. And the supraorbital ridge, or the eyebrow area here, is stronger, right? Whereas here it's softer. Cheekbones are a bit higher here on the female as well. So you've got various things that create that. As you can see, they're not exactly neutral, right? They're a pretty good attempt at it, but they still have a little bit of expression. Like I say, it's almost like trying to paint the Mona Lisa's smile or forge that painting. It's really hard to do, okay? But interesting to try. There's your female and your male neutrals, Caucasian neutrals, okay? So these are made of timber, they're made of wood. All of the Commedia ones that I showed you were made of leather, okay? With horsehair and things like that for the hair. And I have a African or sort of Negroid mask rather than Caucasian, male here as well, and a female there as well. Okay. Now the female one is a leather one. Okay, you can see it's made of leather, but this again is a timber mask. Yeah. All right. So again, it's an attempt to be neutral. Not easy, like I say, but there you go. So as time went on, the masks became less useful, less desired, I suppose, in the theatre. But certainly in the Greek theatre, especially in the chorus, which is the kind of tradition of our Western performance. Yeah, masks very much for those purposes were prevalent there. They were prevalent in Asia, in No and Kabuki, different styles of theatre that came out of China and Japan, in particular Korea. The Southeast Asian areas of Bali and different tribal areas of Indonesia as well had masks, of course. The face painting of the Aborigines and the body painting of the Aborigines, which highlighted the body and took away the face, right? And all through the world. And so this is where we start to play with the idea of character. This is where character first came from. How do we reveal the essence of the character rather than our own essence? Now, of course, today in acting, a lot of the time actors don't try to do that. They play it through themselves. They believe that the character is sort of in them and that they have a kind of they express that through themselves rather than to find a different kind of face or a different self of the character. And there's many other actors who go down the road of transforming, of looking to find what the essence of that character is, changes in their body shape, transformation facially, vocally, come into play to play those characters. Actors like Daniel Day-Lewis, of course. And of course, he keeps winning Academy Awards every time he does that. The reason being that it's hard. It's really difficult to do. And as well as that, you're also creating a work of art. You're creating a piece of art that is unique unto itself rather than just a kind of a mirror of yourself, right? Now, the artist is always present in the creation of the piece of art. We're not trying to kind of disguise the actor in that sense. We're not trying to sort of obliterate the actor in that sense. It's not really that. It's more a revealing of the essence of the character. That's the best way to describe it. I mean, if you look at Daniel Day-Lewis in Lincoln or something like that, he's not trying to disguise himself. His name's on the poster, right? There's no point, right? It's a pointless exercise. But what he is doing is trying to reveal the essence of the character and going to extraordinary lengths to change himself facially, vocally, physically, to create the character that he wants to create. All right, and back way back, we use masks to do that, to create different kinds of characters and animals even, you know. Anyway, I won't talk any longer. I'm going to fire up the barbecue. It is an extraordinary day again. I hope you're all very well. Well done for going to the protest in Dublin, all you protesters. I'm really proud of you. Yeah, keep up the fight, keep up the pressure, and let's get rid of that guy in the White House, okay, and start over. All right, see you guys later. Bye.